flat threes on interest rates. So that'll lower mortgages down for the average person down to like 5%.
Well,
maybe high fours.
Yeah. You also got to think about it from the perspective of, okay, let's assume that they don't have everyone's best interest at heart, right?
And Charlie, no. These conspiracy theories, Charlie.
But it's like, look what they're doing in California with Gavin Newsom. He's like the true American psycho, right? They're essentially, trying to make it so that normal people can't afford anything. And then you can own nothing and you'll be happy, right? So if we were to think about it from that perspective, what would they need to do to like basically wreck the real estate market enough so that by the time the market does get good interest rates, the majority of your average everyday person is priced out? Like that might be actually what they're aiming for.
Yeah. The thing, because to tell you the truth, like where I see, like, all right, so I think look, no matter what happens, real estate's bleeding until the next year. It is. We are bleeding. What I feel like there's data to support this, but not enough at all. It is kind of guesstimation, right? Like this, It looks like to me that we're going to be hurting in 26 on the real estate side.
Mm-hmm. Well, if you go by the 4-year cycles, right?
Yeah.
Bitcoin should be hurting. And if, we'll see what equities are doing, that'll determine kind of how bad the bear market is for crypto in that year. But yeah. And liquidity cycles are only up until the end of 25. So, you could get a pretty big, hangover from that type of injection.
Yeah. It's going to be mostly on the commercial side. And if it is a bad bleed, it's going to hurt the multifamily side. You're only going to, and what I mean by multifamily is like, it's like guys who took a lot of risk on that side, like Grant Cardone as an example, right? They made funds. They made funds of like normal people and some large investors, and they started buying multifamilies at like crazy rates, and then started, they're doing improvements to make it like to increase the value of it, but also increase rents. But it's you can't increase rents anymore. You can only create rents. So like what Justin Waller's doing, right? Justin Waller's doing a really smart strategy where like he buys a mobile home park. And he's like, holy shit, if we clean this up here and that here, we add some utilities, maybe a pool or something like that, and then on top of that, we build an extra 4 or 5 more lots as an example. So I can that's actually you can add rents. You get a building and turn it from an 8 to a 12 to a 14. That you can increase your money that way.
Well, and it's affordable enough to have 100% capacity too, which
correct
right now that's the most valuable thing. Is like if you do have real estate, as long as it's occupied, you're good.